One More Day is a four-issue miniseries from Spider-Man's mainline comic run, written by J. Michael Straczynski. I don't know how to pronounce that name, bro. I'm not trying again. It is officially canon in the Marvel Universe, and I hate it with a burning passion. It ruins the entire character of Spider-Man, and more importantly, Peter Parker. By the way, I am still a little sick from like an entire week ago, so if I sound weird, that's the reason why, but I haven't had time to make a video in 2 weeks, so I'm just gonna do it. I don't care, you're gonna have to deal with it, alright? Anyways, let's talk about this stupid ass comic. After reading One More Day, I figured out that it absolutely butchers what Peter Parker would do in a situation like this. And the situation is that in the 616 universe, Aunt May is shot by a bullet meant for Peter, which is run-of-the-mill Spider-Man stuff. I don't know. Aunt May dies so much, dude. Or she like almost dies. That happens more often. She almost dies like all the time. It's crazy how much that happens actually. This happened because Kingpin sent an assassin to shoot Peter? But why just shoot him? Obviously he'd know the bullet is coming. He literally dodges it in the issue. It happens. So that's weird. Okay, well, then he takes Aunt May to a hospital to treat her under a fake name because he revealed his secret identity to the public, which is the reason why May got shot. But wouldn't literally everyone know it's Spider-Man? The doctor who's treating Aunt May knows it's Spider-Man because it's so obviously Peter Parker. You know what? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's so an assassin wouldn't come to the hospital room to finish the job. But then again, wouldn't there be a lot of commotion about Peter Parker just walking around a hospital? I mean, I know there's no social media because it's 2007. It isn't like you can just find out everything on Twitter in a matter of seconds, but still. Okay, let's just move on. Peter then asks Iron Man and Doctor Strange, respectively, for help, which both of them just tell him no for no reason. And at first, they don't want to help him, but then they kind of do. Like, Iron Man does give him money, and Doctor Strange does help him in some way by him going to the weird afterworld sort of thing. But then Peter just messes up and goes even deeper and almost gets himself killed because he's an idiot. But mostly, Peter gets told by everybody there's nothing that you can do, which there isn't, until Mephisto shows up, because of course Mephisto just shows up. He's the king of ruining Spider-Man stories. This dude just asked to trade Peter and MJ's marriage for an old, dying woman's life. Now look, I like May sometimes, but dude, she's like 80 in the 616 universe. Just let her die. Obviously, Peter almost says no immediately because he's not completely insane yet, but MJ just stops him. What? Why? And then he says yes. After they spend an entire day not saying like anything to each other and just holding each other, which is fairly sweet, but also, what? Excuse me? And then Aunt May is fine and dandy again, and will probably die within the next few years. And now MJ and Peter are basically strangers, and I want to cry. Because why would you do that? I don't know. Some stupid editor at Marvel thought it was a good idea, and I hate that guy. I think what makes me just as angry as the decision itself is the depiction of how Peter makes that decision in this comic. I think they're both like equal. It's both equal. I don't know how to explain it. I will try, but to me, it both makes me angry. In the comic itself, his future daughter describes his thought process as based solely off of how clear his conscience is. That isn't a direct quote, but that's basically what she says, and it's true. 616 Peter makes a lot of decisions based on if he will feel good about himself around this time because, he's a little fucking piece of shit. No, but seriously, he's just like kind of a bad person sometimes in 616. I mean, he was a giant asshole in his original run before he got his powers. He's always been kind of like a spiteful guy, but he was supposed to have changed because of Spider-Man, but he hasn't really. And this is an example of him making a decision on him having a clear conscience afterwards. He thinks because the bullet was meant for him that Aunt May wouldn't want him to like keep being married and living his life because she would definitely want that, but she'll never know because, you know, time stuff. And this is why I love Spider-Man PS4 so much, because it takes a concept similar to this and actually does it correctly. In Spider-Man PS4, Aunt May is dying, and the only dose of the cure for her disease can either be copied for the whole city or used specifically for May to save her. This scene is powerful because Peter almost does it, but he doesn't because he knows it's not what she'd want. Aunt May wouldn't want him to save her but sacrifice the entire city of New York or anybody for that matter. Peter knows it's not the right thing to do, even though it is something he would want to do. If given the choice to have both, he would obviously pick both, but he can't. He knows the reality of the situation and chooses the right decision. If May was awake and like fully able to talk for this comic, I know she'd tell Peter and MJ not to say yes. But he does anyways. And MJ's just okay with it too, and I hate that. Like, why? As a character, Spider-Man had completely reverted to the status quo he was when he was a teenager, maybe a college student. I mean, now he's just living with Aunt May. Harry is his best buddy with no problems again, and MJ is mad at him for messing up their relationship again. They completely undo everything that Peter and MJ had. And why? Because an editor at Marvel thought it was a good idea to do this storyline. Now, Spider Man acts like a whiny teenager who doesn't know how to take care of himself, can't get a job, and can't get a girlfriend. Like, why did we have to ruin my favorite fictional character's entire story arc that took place over 50 years? Oh, just 'cause we can? Awesome. Comics are stupid. Why, Michael? Why? I don't actually blame him. He was told to do that. Hopefully, he made it purposefully bad because it's a bad idea. And if he did, I kind of respect that actually. Alright, I'm done talking about this. This is too headache inducing and it makes me mad at life. Like, is every single little thing about it bad? No. But does it completely ruin the character development that Spider-Man had went through for 50 years at that point? Yeah. Yeah, it did. Alright. Splitting headache right now, so I'm just gonna go lie down. Roll the outro or something. I don't even know anymore.